Yay, America's mermaid. I just think she's fantastic. I really do like it. And I'll go give a bit to the background. But before I do that, one of the other things that I've been doing quite a lot recently is doing very short videos. Can I just show it? So I did one about Esther Williams, just to show you. Esther was a swimmer who became a movie star. She broke all records and went very far. She dazzled on the screen and the pool. She was glitzy, glamorous, and oh so cool. She was born in California in the summer of 21. Her passion was for skimpy cozzies and the sun. As an athlete she swam and trained till she dazzled, but World War II left her Olympic dreams frazzled. She caught the eye of movie moguls and signed a big deal. She became a movie queen and made them all squeal. She starred in Bathing Beauty and Neptune's Daughter. She wore a gold lame swimsuit and made them all hotter. She worked with Tarzan, Gene Kelly and Sinatra. She had 4 husbands and a life full of drama. She inspired synchro swimming and got us all in the pool. And when it came to business, she was nobody's fool. She will star forever in watery dreams that still bubble. Esther is a legend that lives on. Of that there's no trouble.
Good. Well done.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Thank you. Oh, at least I got my eyes open there. There she is posing in a swimsuit in Los Angeles Athletic Club in 1939. She grew up on in the Midwest with her family, but where her parents eloped from in 1908. They headed for California, but only got as far as Salt Lake City, where they had to stop. Years later, though, their son Stanton was discovered by a film actor in Hollywood and taken to there, and then they followed. And so Esther was born in 1921 in Los Angeles, where she lived all her life. And like a lot of swimmers, a lot of top swimmers, she had an affinity with the water from childhood, like me. It was difficult to keep her out of it. She was a regular at Manhattan Beach and at the local pool, which eventually became Los Angeles Athletic Club, where Johnny Weissmuller of Tarzan fame went as well. And from the lifeguard, she learned how to do butterfly, which at the time wasn't thought of as a ladylike swimming mode, but she learned how to do it. She did an early publicity shoot. You can see there with the photographers. She became a pinup very, very quickly. Anyway, in the 30s and 40s, the world of swimming and show business collided at Billy Rose's Aquacade, as it was known. Rose was a theatre impresario and entrepreneur and a one-time owner of the Ziegfeld Follies. It combined, the Aquacade combined swimming, music, and dance in a spectacular performance. When it had its debut at the New York World's Fair in 1939, it had a huge stage and a pool which was 100 meters wide, 12 meters high curtain of water. Crowds of up to 11,000 flocked to see it, and with swimming stars like Johnny Weissmuller, the Olympic champion Eleanor Holm, Buster Crabbe, and this lady, Gertrude Ederle, the first woman to swim the English Channel. And that was a parade that she did, one of these ticker tape parades. So she was pretty famous at the time, and she was part of that. And this was her and Mickey Rooney, in 1942. He was a child star. But what I'd like to do now is show you the most famous, I think, the most incredible film that she did. What do you think?
Grief.
What do you think of that?
That's given me some ideas for the XL Christmas show.
Oh, that's on the stage. My word.
I'd pay to see that any day.
But the
I thought
Royal
it was-
Exchange, yeah.
Smiling.
There was no CGI either. All those stunts were done.
Yeah.
One of the things was so she ended up doing that, but she almost drowned herself. Well, once an especially designed swimming costume proved so heavy that when wet it dragged her to the bottom of the pool. She only escaped by unzipping it and swimming back to the surface naked. Apparently the retake of that shot broke all records for how crowded it was in the movie set to become. She also nearly died inside an all-black water tank when she couldn't find the trapdoor to get out, and was only saved when a member of the film crew realised she hadn't emerged. Now, in this, the one we just saw, a clip from The $1 Million Mermaid, a biopic of the Australian swimmer Annette Kellerman, it nearly killed her. The final scene called for a 35-metre dive. Williams did it, but broke her neck in the process, or vertebrae in the neck, and spent the next 7 months in a body cast and never fully recovered from that. Which
Grief.
yeah, it was. There are pictures of her in the 1940s and 1950s, and you can see I think she's very beautiful. She became a pin-up during the Second World War. She went around the hospitals. She's in the Yank, the Army Weekly, in her gold lame swimsuit, for which she was very famous. And she had a very sort of torrid personal life. She was married 4 times. She's married. The first guy she married in 1940, but divorced 4 years later because he didn't like her going into films and didn't want any children. Then she married Ben Gage, who you can see her with here. They had 3 children, but they divorced in 1959. She then married somebody called Fernando Lamas until his death in 1982, and he became very ill, and she spent a lot of her time looking after him. But finally, she married Edward Bell and resided in Beverly Hills with him till he died. So that was her and her love life. With meeting the Duke of Windsor,
She did.
oddly. And now this is my favourite picture of her, actually, I think, in the film Pagan Love Song. Here's a picture of her. She got older, and then she was in What's My Line, the American version of What's My Line. I thought that was quite interesting, actually. Do everybody remember What's My Line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are those blindfolds in place, panel? Good. Will you come in, Mystery Challenger, and sign in, please? In the case of our mystery challenger, we get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Miss Chilgan.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, it was lovely to watch. I'd
Seen
never
some
heard
of
of her
that
before.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
I've
I
seen
have-
some of that before.
I've
Yeah.
heard of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just disappeared. I wonder, maybe Aqua shows will make a comeback.
And the music, when I noticed on the track, you know, when they hit the water, the music reflected it, you know, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
quite
It followed the
interesting, really.
action, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that happened on the stage is just unbelievable, isn't it? It's a 100-meter pool. That's Olympic-sized pool that they were in. And those things where they were diving or synchronized, they had to go off at different angles so they didn't bash into each other when they water.
I wondered about that.
Yeah, I was absolutely.
It's astonishing, surreal.
I mean, it all looked very glamorous and everything, but it must have been hard work and painful. I mean, when she was surfing down the slide, when she got to the bottom, she did a belly flop, and you could see it on her face as she came up. And then
right.
she
She just smiled with a lipstick and all
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, but it was. I think if they could do it now, it would be incredibly popular. because I personally think that a lot of theatre is now becoming a theatre of spectacle, doing extraordinary things with a lot of things happening on the stage, and a lot of special effects and that sort of stuff. So I imagine it would be very popular if they could afford it. Anyway,
it was strange in your clip, Bernard, on the "What's My Line" section. The volume of material in Esther Williams's dress was just astonishing, really.
Well, those dresses where they used, I remember they were quite popular in the 60s, weren't they, with girls, things like that.
I think the 50s really.
I remember my sister having dresses like that with yards of pink tulle or something underneath
You
it.
used to have like this sticky out underwear underneath it to support
and the
it.
net used to pull on your nylons and ladder your nylons, so you had to be careful.
It'd be lovely to wear them now, wouldn't it?
Oh, I can imagine, yeah.
Maybe Fred Astaire's one for next time, Bernard.
Maureen, what did you say about underwear there?
There was a special underwear skirt that was sort of stiffened that you would wear under the top one to keep its shape.
Yeah.
What do you mean stiffened? Did it have some metal in it or something?
No.
That was material or something, but it wasn't starched. I don't know why.
It was just the volume, wasn't it? And
yeah, it fitted around the waist and then just went out, not very far, but it just gave that shape to the top one then. And if you sat down, the skirt could go up in front of you.
Yes.
But thinking back to Esther Williams, she must have put in the hard yards, the training.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, remember she was going to go to the Olympics in 1940, but it was because of the war. Of course, it was called off, so she never got a chance. So she was a very serious swimmer. It wasn't any messing about. But of course, Tarzan, Johnny Weissmuller, he actually won Olympic gold medals, didn't he?
Yeah.